Hey guys, it's Robin Smith, Community Development Coordinator for the Municipality of Shelburne. We're back for another season of Community Conversations. This is season 3, episode 1, and we're gonna chat about something super fun today, waste management. So I'm gonna let Danielle introduce herself.
I'm Danielle Smith. I'm the Waste Diversion Coordinator for the Municipality of the District of Shelburne. I've been in the position for about 1 year and still a big learning curve.
All right, so we're gonna head out to a couple sites today and chat about everything you need to know about waste management. We're down here at the C&D site in West Green Harbor, which is the construction and demolition site. Danielle, tell me a little bit about what the hours are here at the site.
Currently, the hours of operation are Tuesday through Saturday,
Yep.
9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
However, we are switching to a new model and the hours will be changing. As of April 1st through to December, it'll still be 9:30 to 4. However, it will be on a 4-day a week.
Okay.
And then December, January, and February will be to 2 days a week.
2 days a week. And all of those changes that are coming will be things that will be announced and the public will know. So stay tuned for that kind of information.
Absolutely.
When we say C&D site construction and demolition, it's exactly just that,
That's
right?
exactly what it is. So construction and demolition, that is not to be confused with the dump or a place where you can take curbside waste or household waste. You can imagine like gyprock, shingles, pressure treated wood, metal, rope, lobster traps is something else that we accept.
Right.
Also white goods, when we do metal collection, does come here. And then there's mixed C&D, which is like your insulation, which if you bring that or any type of debris that's small and you bag it, it has to be in a clear bag.
Right.
We do not accept black bags at this facility.
Right. So all the information about the C&D site as well can be found on our website, which we'll post here. And that includes the rates and the fees, you know, of what the price is that you pay when you bring some material here. Another thing, I guess, if residents have a question that they want to ask directly, there is a phone number here that they can call. That's 902-656-3273. So you can definitely make a call to here if it's between the hours that they're open.
And if you're unable to reach the operators at the C&D site, you're welcome to give me a call at 902-875-7026 or the municipal office and speak with one of the receptionists.
So we're down at HHW at 243 Sandy Point Road, which for anyone who doesn't know, HHW is Household Hazardous Waste. So I'm going to let Danielle talk a little bit about what it is that gets collected here and when you're here and open.
HHW is open on the first and third Monday of the month. We collect items that are household hazardous items, not commercial items, things that are just in residents' house.
So like lights, paint cans.
Batteries, chemicals. We have a light program that is run out of here. We run our battery program out of here, and as well as the paint program.
Okay.
So,
And what's the hours that when you're open here?
So we're 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. On the first and third Monday of the month.
And again, like we had mentioned, all the information about what can be dropped off here can be found on our website. But the other thing, you know, to talk about is that there is a Facebook page that is very active and is shared often on our municipal page, where if there's for some reason a cancellation for an HHW or something like that, is posted there, and the information can always be found about what can be dropped off and the hours, etc.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so a couple other things I was thinking that we should talk about residents to inform them a little bit more. So the solid waste collection calendar is something that gets mailed out every year. It got mailed out in December to all residents. If for some reason you didn't get this, it's on our website, as we had mentioned, but also available printed here at our office that you could pick it up. But this calendar shows all the important dates. So it shows when your pickup is, it shows the spring collections, the spring and fall metal collections, as well as the Christmas, and if there's any changes. So that's all found there. On the back side of the calendar, which is great, it's a little, to keep in your house to show you all of the different things of what goes where. So I do know there's been a few changes with recycling. So originally, it was just everything in a blue bag, but now there's a 2-bag system. So explain that to us.
So the 2-bag system has been in effect for a while, but to keep it brief, I guess, there's your paper recycling, and then there's containers. So clean paper, clean containers. You can't throw your yogurt container out without rinsing it out. That would be considered a contaminant to the bag when it gets to the depot to be sorted. So we ask that everybody rinse their recycling containers out. There's new items that have been added to the bag as well. And those are listed, some in short on the guide. However, on the Facebook page, I do have a sorting waste R6 that has some of the extra things added in there.
So like some new things that have been added to, that, weren't here before are things like flour bags, they go in a blue bag now. Things like your Tim Hortons cups actually go in the blue bag in your plastic one,
and they go in the containers.
So a couple of new items. So make a point to look at these and see what the new things are. And also if there's ever a question, just message and ask.
Absolutely.
There's lots of resources out there, including the R6 app, that we've talked about and shown. I think it's a great tool, and I don't know how many residents actually know,
not as many as there could be, for sure. If you use a smartphone, the R6 app is certainly the way to go. It answers most questions, and it's available 24/7, whereas I'm available Monday through Thursday to answer those questions.
You can set those reminders and things on your phone. Composting, I know that for many residents it's a hassle, and there's certain times of the year that it's harder than others. So this time of year being one of them, because a lot of times things get frozen. So explain to us, what happens in that instance.
So with compost, in the winter, you're going to come upon these lovely stickers that say frozen compost, and it gives residents some ideas of how to avoid the compost sticking to the side of their cart. So one of the big things is if they can put it in newspaper, or if they can put it in a bag, so it avoids line your compost bag in the winter. Then quite opposite, in the summer they talk about odor. So some people will, if they have the space, they'll put it in a bag and freeze it. And then put it in, but grass clippings help, anything to keep with the basically juices of your compost, if you will, to get rid of that before it goes into your compost. That's where this compost
Another thing when I think of composting, so if someone has a green bin that's been damaged or broken, what's the process for that?
If you have a damaged or broken green bin, you call your municipal unit. So if you're in the town, you call the town of Shelburne. If you're in the town of Lockport, you call the town of Lockport. Or if you're in the municipality, you call us. And then they'll walk you through how to get
a replacement. It's in the cost. There's
exactly. There is a cost.
Something else when we're talking about that is that, to let residents know that Danielle's role is never enforcement with anything to do with waste management or waste collection. So for that, where would people direct?
Right, so they can still contact me, and if it becomes an enforcement issue, then the bylaw officers would be contacted, and then they would take over from there. So they can still make me the point of contact, or it can be the town bylaw officer or the municipal bylaw officer.
Something else with, that we, sometimes don't talk as much about as we should is electronics.
Yes.
So where does that fall in waste collection?
So in waste collection, electronics, they're forbidden from landfill. So they need to go to an Enviro depot.
Right.
So the nearest Enviro depot for the Municipality of Shelburne is right at the bottom of the guide.
Yep.
You'll see there, it's 108 King Street, Shelburne, across from the mall.
Right. So what kind of items would go there?
There are a list, you can see the list online. However, it's anything with a cord, basically.
Okay. So like a scanner, a printer.
A scanner, a printer, a laptop. There's microwaves, anything like that is able to go there.
And again, by using that R6 app, either online on the computer or on your phone, if you have a smartphone, an Android or an iPhone, you can put that item in and it will tell you exactly where it has to go. So it's a great resource to use. Another item that I think residents might sometimes wonder about is tires. So those do not go to any of our sites at all. Where do they go?
So they would go to a tire retailer, and I believe they accept them at a time, and they have to be off of the rim.
Okay.
So tires only, off of the rim.
Okay. Something else, batteries, because that is something that does not go in your regular garbage. Where do batteries go?
That is a huge fire hazard. They should not go in the household garbage. That can cause fires in the haulers. You can bring them to HHW on the 1st and 3rd Monday of the month, as well as we have a little drop off here
at our office.
Yeah.
So and also remember too, that's like your little batteries, the little small circular ones.
The cell batteries, and
all of the the other thing, if we just wanted to touch once more about the Facebook page, is that if you are on social media, Waste Diversion Coordinator is a great Facebook page to follow, because especially this time of year, we've had quite a few cancellations, reschedules, and that sort of thing with weather. So follow that page, because that will give you any updates. And also Danielle can be contacted anytime, and maybe you can let everyone know your contact information.
You're able to contact me at 902-875-5336 or 902-875-7026, or by email at wastediversion@themunicipalityofshelburne.ca. My hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, but welcome to leave a message and I will return your phone call.
For sure. I know, to many residents, there's been lots of changes over the past year, with waste collection. And we hope that a video like this gives you a little bit more insight. Maybe you've learned something new, and use some of the tools that are out there, because the last thing that we do want to see is more garbage being, thrown into the ditches and that sort of stuff. These changes are positive changes, and although they might seem like a little bit of a hassle, it just takes a little bit of change to get used to what goes where, and it'll just be a bigger win for the environment and everyone involved. So reach out with any questions that you have, if there's something in this video you were unsure of, and we hope that you've learned something new from this video today.
Awesome.